Adeshima me adam asese munya bretwen me koto nkra ba yi yakase abonde dubra asese yidi enkomo ne enkomodie no afa ye bambo ho am se fie nra bepem ne wo hwe social media ene TV stations ahodo no a YouTube ye ka ho a ye yimfoni ahodo bi ane se zamamalan ha ya yesukura yesi mrantie miense bi omso mo yasrafo so bi asase no mkokobo ho ban yo se ye dan yo omne amanfo no ye na osre ni bunkotodwe etwiri se yesese bi wahu otwe bi okwae mu no so to no na amanfo no so se yempene ekowiase ni pensia de priprae wo mka wo se no sanso na wo masrafo so wo nya srafo so wo nya den o ebumso epriprae na mane boy saka chese police adwuma ko no chese o machi nipa miensa no na se nipa miensa ye kire wo mu no wo mo ene eye Godfred Amegbo ena fe ofe daako na baako a owo mu a omde omsuso ye osrani eye Sergeant Isaac Abbey wonu de osrani na nipa mienu aka Godfred Amegbo ene ofe daako no de sabra ye kasa no police for some da so ehwehwemu ahwesa ne bia no mo yasrafo ana na ne ntie bedi nkomo na nadwe ni se ye nuanam a wo Nigeria memu yate asemusi ye se nipa bonfo bi ekoto hye omo so na wo mo ya sori no atwi tuo edi si omo so ekunkum wo mo na wo hwe se de si kun nipa na so dan mu a na hometi dan se yan so National Security Minister be catch say something say something. Essence nipa bon for na ba omo system no mo eye Ghana. Nti ye me ni na ho. Ama se ye hye obedwa mu a nhwe kwan be fa so bi gira ye ni na o me ye mmochi nku bebre ne nasefo. Afei nkrata bai na wotwetwam na wie ye no afia da de eche me da ne se. Ye leaked nkrata bi anka se obi ansaka no ne ba bontin. Je say bambofo chese omo hunkrofo bi o metifi mantam ba bi a omuti moto so efre bopo bi akokoshe so enti na ye bisa questions bebre na de na ebisi ye so jafo mi ense de ebisi na ebisa se nipa ba ko ye Sergeant Abeni so jani a minu na eka ho na ye nya hu mo kira kwan no mo yefo afei akokoduro mu nyade ko bebi o mo konde mo kokoye no hwane soma wo mo de to so miensa amanfo no so gina se yempene ma mo nya de wi o mo twitwi wo mo so kunkum wo no e den na kire na so dipa bono fo bi ntumi fasa ho kwan so enkwhye asrafo atade enkwa ne mahodo bi e be ha o man no ana e security issues ne be discuss nti na nadwi ye beda bedwafo ya se pa so mo mre na wo mo de mre ache yen obura Emmanuel Kutin ay executive director at the Africa Center for Security and Counter-Terrorism meda na se pa se wonya braba se fe so Enua Adip Sani, Onusha Security Analyst, Executive Director at the Center for Human Rights, Human Security and Peace Building. Ominu ne dom na che na Nigeria ebidi enkomo. Abidja fo makwaba.
Enua.
Da masipi se munya bre ema yaba. Acha se mamisha se emfamfiri yimaso yima. We still TDC e wo Nigeria memu yakase be ka wasama aye hwehwe kura dodo. A new wave of say your moody bonnet. I didn't necessarily say yen, a saying Nigeria and Kwan, no West Africa, Ghana account bino. Signal bang and a
yo, me that's it. Me chatty phone, you know, maybe I'll more enumerate. Okay, Sambi say, okay, so national security be the EB by, and that was meant for the charges. It was a classified document, by one way or the other, I leak her into the public space. Mishushe much say na intel within the ECOWAS sub-region. Almost pick intelligence say aboni for no, they are targeting some countries within the ECOWAS sub-region. Sebi bube say waboju or ejaswa usensu the be wa down for
aboje ehia no
sensu aben wo de but in Ghana today, let the truth be told, SAR leak document no buy no. You saw the discussions that went, and I'm not sure the churches have taken any steps in terms of security. It became a talk shop because Adib, CCTV, metal detectors is so basic in security.
Very basic.
And these are the primary things that can stop people carrying explosive into churches. Eja?
Yes, sir.
Given Nema free national security eba with the concert party say you were anti-terrorism ambassadors Nema no. To be honest, I'm so sad as a security analyst.
Right.
Now, me feel say if there's a coordinated attacks among our churches today, the whole system will be overwhelmed, such that our security apparatus will be paralyzed. I've never heard anywhere in the world, say America cry, I spend OPPP in the fight against terrorism across the world. No, they have never ever thought about having ambassadors, so to speak, in fighting terrorism. Sebi, what is their role? And even they accepting that role, no, they are endangering themselves and their immediate families. And the best stress ambassadors say, Sebi, in their own interest, they should rescind those rules. And there is something I don't understand about our security architecture here. If we praise them, they are happy. When you criticize them, then they come after you. But the way God has created some of us, even at the point of putting a gun on my forehead, I will still speak the truth for God and country.
Absolutely.
The reason why Africa, we are not developing, is we have thrown the truth into the dustbin. Bibia na yediye propaganda. Share Ohima Empress, Aido, and I wrote an OPD in the Daily Graphic when this issue came. Okay, say your program one Saturday morning, Mistress say, given what is happening around us, it's good the country have a simple command center with a number the media houses can help to sensitize the general public so that Bibi call cry Mimi Free Saboba. You don't need to pass information to the station, to Yendi, to Tamale, Obehuno na bureaucracy no na microphone be strike and no more strike. And they listen and set up the center. Why wouldn't they engage the media as the forebearers and gatekeepers of our constitution, and civil society organization like security think tanks, so that we can eliminate the politics out of it, given how politically charged the country is? Then you go and appoint a known MPP person's wife as an ambassador to a beautiful project. It means that the project is dead on arrival. Nigeria. That intel was there. That intel was given to churches in Nigeria. Say they have picked intelligence. Say Abonifoye. Omu was our plan. Say Omu be attacking some churches. Did they listen? No. Because if the churches in Nigeria have taken proactive measures to do basic security like metal detectors, how would those explosives make access to the church? And I think our CCTV within the parameters of the church at a specific radio, no more monitor 24/7. How on earth will Abonifo be able to penetrate? I just feel sad for the innocent people who lost their lives. And you know one thing, as a country, Yanka and Korea and Chile, we all fall one day and we'll be asking ourselves how we came to be where we are. Look at Nigeria. What are the teething problems? Youth unemployment, ejuma niho. So as a result, Obehu said there's hopelessness among the people. Then people begin to organize into organized group, kidnapping in Nema. Some would kidnap a Methodist bishop. They had to pay 100 million naira ransom before he was released. To them, they have succeeded because they were doing it for economic reasons. Until Mr. say, as a country, if we don't depoliticize employment issues, ewo krom ha, na yebeye ni NDC, MPP a, minia. Basa si krom ha, can you differentiate between an MPP and an NDC?
No.
Mbreniti, mami si ha,
Adip, you might can or can be CBB so say, omunya internal, say, never. And so I'm say, omo yon ho pity or china me dine. So many be Ghana for so you mu say ebia bibi beba na I said there ye be ye so to na titi gatem e wi abo pesa nke se titi mu so to betumi akono ye titi mu sabre na ye twan ye so no ba na ye shere nkutu ni ma ne jacket na ye na mu say ye dia esi wo baabi fortunately e see ye no mu na no ye so information ye wo e wo sa nipa bonefo no ba ye no mu na ye so Nigeria no e see ye nti that should tell us say no I don't know say it's not all that better say they be a no. What are we supposed to do as a country now? I was answering with this and sana ajefi yensem.
Yo me da say Mamincha production team. Mamincha Miss elder brother. Just that no he doesn't look for me. Okay, so yeah, we never be brave. But certainly, ambassadorial adi a part of it, and many me senior colleague here, yeah, dream pa me dear man achieve bibia da minisika minichi adia met me a boosty of your integrity, look right. And I've paid the price at several levels just because of the fact that me can look right. And the whole of Ghana will be even beyond to me. And I challenge anybody, accuse him of ever taking one peswa to influence the way I make us on TV, any radio. So I know that I can assure people who listen to me, integrity there, I put it before any other thing. But I cannot love money over integrity. So ambassadorial Adino and making nonsense of your security strategy towards protecting Ghana against terrorism. Apart from the fact that a bit endanger or more, Manti Adi Weda, anti-terror Adi a technical and yet entertainment, okay, involving Yoma Bebre, and I'm not sure that is the way to go. Anka, the most important thing I bet to me minia, and no civil society collaboration. Civil societies no already ye juma bebre peacekeeping any peace building programs were the hinterlands. They know the communities, the community members know them. So ka assemble the people will listen to them than the politician. But you are constricting so if you see something, say something, which by the way, it came a bit late.
Late, yeah.
You are constricting to social media infographics. Enye eno na ebeboa enti me repeat ade a me kai on another platform. National security for omunshani sa arrogance no and deal with the civil society organizations. And let me also say categorically say national security mun to me ye ejuma no without civil society. National security Kandapa and his boys mun to me ye ejuma no, you have to include civil society organizations we enye ambassadorial assembly. We share the pattern of attacks over the few years. Me as a security actor, it makes me cringe, okay? Because, for example, 2021, Omo attack Ivory Coast about 13 times. Benin 5 times. Togo once. But previous year, 2020, attacks was not present in any of these countries. So when they are making an attempt to get closer to the coastal areas. Which are Nigeria, usually issues, northern parts of Nigeria, but they've come so close to Lagos because about 350 kilometers from Lagos. Okay, so they are coming closer
gradually
and closer to the coastal areas. So when it's sending us signals. You don't need to be an intelligence officer to know, say, we are sitting on a time bomb, and so the need for us to excuse our politics, and handle the issues the way it is. But almost Adikawa everywhere too. I think there should also be an attempt by national security on sanitize almost space, I'm suspected viruses almost leaky very sensitive information. And some information are leaking
with the system.
I think so. Either say Ebimu omunya happy with the system, and Ebimu are collaborating, conniving with the terrorists, and Ebimu just to get at someone. But certainly Ebimu are omu within the national security setup are omu leaking information. And some information are omu leaking. It reduces deployment to nothing even before it started. Okay, because after terrorists, someone say, "Oh, you are coming to catch me." You wouldn't expect, say, or trained security agents, with flowers. They be either say, or journey, and they would ambush. So it even endangers the security personnel on the ground. So just about the most important, civil society.
But also to add that we should begin to do programs that target the youth. Okay, 5 years ago, we collaborated with State Department and Facebook, peer-to-peer challenging violent extremism. And we targeted impressionable youth in the universities to come out with programs that resonate with their peers, what I say, on how to combat or fight terrorism. And they came out with very fantastic projects that they were supposed to be funded to go to the communities and implement such funding. Look, we are sitting with this wealth of experience as civil society organization.
And international organizations, international governments, some use civil society.
And our government doesn't want to deal with us because we criticize personalities within the setup. How do we run
a criticize actually a Juma? No. It's nothing personal.
You see Ejira. The way so Jenny, so you so or share military uniform, some free so Jenny. Said you bunko to the emu ye. And they see was a mama line. Said the Sujani bunko to the 8 million was the same thing. And see ye best share said and they sit here. Zamama line there no. A brand na so home. Said ye
wow.
We share said or ye no. The same thing. And they see what Ejira. I will show man or no so. Next young cock, we had a young cock, you see young cock. And you know, once a month for the Yaku could draw soon could be. And so they are notwithstanding say that will create you. Send a course, say a private property and a moko bongo by and I say Beatis Anwa. So I have military responsibility, so Becca say, woman a coco bongo by a mojumano. 2. Yanyan Tiasa Bakudi, who said, so Jenny, no,
with the press release.
Yes, press release. One said, oh, you know, you're quite glad and a penna with the Paconi ye. The minimum says, Sana Soja free trino somonia. Bueno, Sergeant Isaac Abbey, Yatis on Lucy so Jenny, 2 Nakano, I feel no more so music for, and that's all money soja for. And then naturally about infiltration of unknown people be. Your security setup no more and share they'll be conniving with Senator Bonufu baby no now the whole security foundation yabubuno.
I think we have to call out the high military command because the duties of a soldier is clearly spelled out. per our constitution. Sebi, in Canino, before you see soldier on the street, na edi. But see, we use soldiers for so many operations. Look, this is a land dispute. Soldier ejuma, and yes, so onwa hakra to begin with. What I say, and look at the way the youth are so bold to confront them. First, who soldier was streeter, who. So it brings to this perspective that look, we are toying with our own security because the more we use soldiers on duties they are not supposed to go for, ubeko wedding, net soldiers, ne emachi, ubeko eye soldiers, galamsey soldiers, langa soldiers. It is an insult to the uniform.
Yeah.
And I think that the military high command have to wake up. And secondly, I'm sure say you invested so much money in digitizing a lot of our databases. It should begin with the security. Why would it take the police more than 24 hours
to
identify say where a soldier ni, where a soldier ni?
The same way
we can no longer identify those things from them.
Why not use the same way to identify it?
The response time, a police for responding to crime, no, it leaves much to be desired. I think the standard practice, if we are really in charge of our security in this country, should not be more than 20 minutes. In this case, video by social media answer, police commending investigation, So when this episode was happening, if we are truly in charge of our security, we should have had informants on the ground. That would tip off the security, say, BBC, Ekosu. So to the extent that our police force have become reactionary to being proactive, no, it means that all is not well. And it's about time we tell ourselves the truth as it is, because basa backroom ha, nobody is safe. And it's not that we are being alarmist. No. In some ways, see, they don't make changes to it, and it continues to happen every now and then. And it is also about time. Yes, security personnel almost call for duties. No, who say they can no longer take our citizens for granted. The impunity they abuse them. No, it's a thing of the past because we are in the age of social media. One share here, oh yeah, baby, near the life. So we must seek justice for victims. If we don't begin to seek justice for victims that fall into the hands of these unprofessional personnel, and we have to dig our hands into the state coffers to compensate these people, I don't think this thing will stop anytime soon. And if the police really want the general public to re-engage with them, they have come out with a press release about the arrest of these people. As to what happens to them, no, we don't hear about it anymore. And if this man is a true soldier man, it is wrong for the police to keep him in their custody. You don't right a wrong by committing another wrong. Only you say you're military police.
Sure.
So you can take a full soldier in uniform and put him in police custody. Go and look at our Security Act, and I challenge anybody. And see, that grounds is enough. If it was those days, soldiers for bear and must say yempini, because an attack on one is an attack of all on all. And ushe the way or kutu emiso on shoot no. Soldiers are not trained to ask questions. Our cardinal point is that obey before you complain. So there's no human rights as far as their training is concerned. And then I always say that, look, this philosopher who has a quote that once the soldier man is trained, okay, to fight against the enemy of the state, the policeman is trained to defend the citizen of the state. So if you use the soldier man on citizens, the citizen then becomes the enemy of the state. That is why every now and then they are trigger happy and we record this kind of shooting.
Sunny, they see the relationship between the military and civilians, you know. Sometimes and military command some years back, say, open day. Na ye call barracks ko share ne omo installations ko share ne man who do na kakra just to make sure say you know because it's an can so je neighbor no be adwane but say gradually no like me say some respect say citizenly no civilians enya edema soldier for no e so ti ba from e so ti so gradually ti na it say dey see you know aye bibie di wada se true do say bu kretuo no kura ye be se mo ka ma bubo enu no to come prepare kwa na still dey say be na no na ye be ye e dey ne say ye say na say the be there will be sanity within the military the security agencies and then that kind of respect timamufo e wode ma asrafo no e be san ba bio e san se anya ne sa na se biru pempeso na se ye mu sojafo bio dia ene se ne
well na first your respect must soldier for because sometimes a police for or to mean control the situation or more free a soldier for then everybody scatters okay but afi and to say sir there who what even know yeah, sure say some few years back, I think couple said civilians are moving to me happy, and despite you know gun nozzles pointed at them, are still almost see almost penny. A hard dream, and I think say in the past, not the police here the most respected institution. I mean, a soldier for the military, most respected institution ever Ghana. But an undeniable fact that above form. I think one of the things I able to me is first and foremost detaching politics from security services. You know, and you know, and him say police. One of the issues are almost dealing with politics, and it's politics. No, is creeping into
the security,
the military as well, and yeah, well. Lack of accountability. You know, videos from where bu nipa bebre, and in the end, almost see a bit highest. I think most severe punishment here 20 days and now 21 days. Our guard room. A bit 14 days, 6 days, and you even wonder who made sure says 21 days and now 20 days they served that. So. Me who's that report, you know, I mean, I felt scandalized. It was just a piece of nonsense. Excuse my language, because with what has happened, and the best punishment are demotion. A few people,
some people be sacked for misconduct.
Exactly for misconduct, but see, they are still serving.
They are serving.
And you know, Ejura. And what happened to them? And so many other you know situations. I say as soldiers or mudin, and I'm saying also without means and words say in the very best interest of a soldier for to ensure accountability, because and yes sir, the next time ube who correct soldier ni and you think say or your imposter okay and now who are information with the mass security officer. Ube to me have information no criminal no because or share a soldier for uniform. Recent election, I think internal MPP election or muchi nipa mi no be dressy to say a police for. Okay, so such a person.
See, there's something we are not addressing. Who besides security personnel themselves, sir? Government used to have procurement agencies that supply the uniform. So at the end of the day, you know, it leaves you are not able to keep track of how many uniforms are even in circulation.
The system, yeah.
Oh, Amanoni, you wear mufti to duty. You only wear your uniform and go for duty. After duty, you come and remove your uniform. And then you wear mufti home. You understand? That is how they account for this kind of rules. But if we don't move away from regime security to national security, these things can never stop.
And one final thing, accountability part, very important. As soldier niye bonia, the person should be taken through the process because ebimu bebre or more within they feel say uniform
no baby omukoye no omukoye den.
That's the thing. That's the because
obi asase no mokobo ho ban ma no. For what reason say so it why na soma why na asase why na soma wo mo
ebe yo nwanwa say asase no be ni senior soldier be assassin and now politician be assassin
because
until investigation unravels and that is so important.
A politician,
yes.
Okay, and when him say ebimu are suspected to be engaged in even debt collection.
Yeah.
No more you see and our land. So land issue and for okay, I think last year so muchi a soldier for so land galamsey, so it's worrying, it's worrying, and we have to ensure say the right things are done. If not, more and more
we have to pray for Mother Ghana because we are not sitting right.
Some kese baba franka nsi so na saso bako so akase de franka no akase ena omru tontun sansa ne twini di akiri asam kese ebo kutunkutu asam kese ebo kutunkutu ntimo maye ntenna abusuabo da Ghana for yentem ye babo for temam for ntem no na ye kama na ye stress ye ma ne kama na pabono for na fa sumu ase ambo nwuram ama sudwa ye wono amfiri yensa ye besre bebre ye beka ne ajabi kajabi na adomdom ye ne a ye besan babio de bambofo no beka no ye te a ye besa baba dwendwenu se ya se amafo se ye nye spectators ye citizens ye de se ye ka no ye beka na mjiri se ye kan so a mo bia fa na bufo so ye mfa bibiri firi mu so kwabisa ne owo krom okasa mo so okasa dodo nso bia na okanya sasam te besrese enye de saa betumi abo ma bambo no etumi agina yima me dase sane me dase medi de gya kwabena me na giwa kode ne kase bo no brem adomdom ye ne a ye besenhia ya kramo amam de